Hello everybody, it's Written Beast here, and we are doing a Legends EA review today. This is what this video is. I'm just going to talk about my thoughts about the game, what went good, what went bad, and where I rank this game overall, and a Pokemon tier list. So, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I think you just got to get started with it, we're playing ZA at the same time, so... I suck at parkour, so you get to watch me absolutely suck. Yeah, let's start with we'll start with some of the stuff I've liked, and then we'll go into a bit of what I didn't like, and we'll kind of flip between the two. Think of it like a essay you might have done in school. You keep flipping between the positives and the negatives, So we're going to start off with the story, which I think is insanely good. I'm not going to spoil it yet, because all I'll say is I think the story is really good. I think especially some of the characters and the way they're portrayed is insanely good. I think some of the characters, they could have a little bit more work, but you got to realise it's a massive city. Of course you're maybe going to see characters once or twice, maybe even 3 times. You're not going to see a character for ages. You're going to see a character once or twice and that's going to be it, You're in a city. These people aren't exactly your friends, are they? Some of the characters in the game. I feel like there was something else I put as well. Yes, story-wise. I put narrative horribly driven by the main character, which, yes. I will say, it's a great story, but one of the things I always like to do with the Pokemon game is think, if I didn't exist, would this story happen? And the answer's no. And like every other story in Pokemon, I genuinely feasibly believe could happen without the main protag. This game, you need specifically me and no one else. Which, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's fine. I think I'm just being nitpicky. But, I like being nitpicky. Battle mechanics. I put that as a positive. The battle mechanics is... I apologize, by the way. My throat is shit right now. I've been streaming this game for the past 3 days. Like, my throat fucking kills, but, like, I want to make this video. Battle mechanics, yeah, I think the battle mechanics in this game are terrific. I really like them. I think if they can make this the standard, give it a couple of tweaks to make sure the AI is a bit more smart. That way dumb people can actually, like, play the game without any issues. I think we're on for a really, really good AI system. A really good battle system. I do think being able just to spam the moves, I don't know why, but that just feels more fun than the turn-based. Gives you more of a feel for like a actual Pokemon game, as well with some of the moves being long, like charge-up moves, some of them being quick moves, stuff like that. That's cool to me. I like that. Yeah. We're going to move on next to the aesthetics of the game, which I feel it feels like a really lived-in city. I mean, like, you have NPCs like this who just walk across the road like this. You can't talk to them. You can't talk. And you've got, like, the Pokemon following them as well. It actually feels kind of like a city, Like, it feels nice. It feels lived in. Like, you see people all around you, And that feels nice. I like that. And, I mean, I'm about to go into a very common complaint many people have, this brick building, the same texture layered over and over again, but all I'm going to say is to people who think that's a valid complaint, you're playing a Pokemon game. Pokemon has never ever been about the graphics at all, right? If it had been, we would have we would have had 3D models in Gen 5, in Gen 4. I genuinely believe that, or at least semi-3D. Gen 5 literally has an entire bit of the game where you can genuinely just see a 2D model on a 3D background, which is hilarious to me, but I just don't get where people come from with those kind of complaints, expecting the best graphics from of all games. Pokemon, like, rethink, please. Please just rethink, you know. But yeah. I think the graphics are not, I mean, I've always believed that graphics are not the big thing in Pokemon. So to, you know, have all these people complaining about it, it's just kind of like, if you want to play a graphic game, like, go play like a Claire thing, Expedition 33. I can't remember the second word. I think it's Claire Voyage or something. Go play that, right? Go and play like Cyberpunk or something like that if you want graphics. You're playing a fucking Pokemon. I do not give a shit about the graphics. And I will say this till the day I die. Gameplay is way more important than graphics in any game. If you have a game with amazing gameplay but not so stellar graphics, people will play it. You know? The only time it's an exception is if it's a visual novel. If it's a visual novel, then you need the graphics. The gameplay can be out the window. But I just don't see people's complaints. It's a Pokemon game. If you're expecting stellar graphics, then go home. Go home, please. Go Honkshu Mimi. What do we got? Yeah, not being able to go inside of cafes though, that is one of my big things. I mean, this game had a long development time. We all know this. I feel like Trump when I said that. I'm like, we all know this. You know, we all know this guy. I should do the hand gestures as well. But yeah, we all know this. We all know that, you know, this game had a long development time. And so, to not be able to enter the cafes kind of astonishes me. I mean, there's only one cafe you can enter. I will not say what cafe that is. Like this one, right? It's just a guy outside. Like, let me in, bro. Like, I should be able to go in. This also thing right here is a common complaint about the game. Battle zone activated kind of thing. I kind of got it at the start because it does get a bit tiresome. I don't mind it now. I don't really care. It's not that big of a concern to me, you know. It's not my biggest concern about this game that it does that. There are bigger concerns about this game. Speaking of big Pokemon, come here. I need you for the Dex. Let me quickly catch this. I know we're doing our review. That doesn't mean I still done my Dex. Why is it floating? Oh my god. Oh wait, it's literally flying. Oh shit. Get out of here. Go. Go. I'll evolve my Cleffa. I'll be friends. I'll be friends with it. Don't worry. There you go. That's another thing, right? They actually pay attention to, like, the Pokemon with the designs and how they all move and everything, right? Like, a Victory Bell literally hovers because that's kind of what it does. It looks stupid. You know, you got all these, like, cool things. Absol actually runs like a little dog and everything. It's just so cool. I think all of the models of everything in this game is insane, especially character models. The character model in it itself is so good, honestly. Like, if you've seen all the clips and everything, especially Leader. Leader has some of the biggest, like, the best expressions I've seen in a Pokemon game in a while. They don't feel, you know, like they have to be there. That's not the words I'm looking for. They don't feel out of place. That's what I'm looking for. They actually feel genuine, and it kind of adds to her character. Oopsie. Spoiler, I told you a character name. I mean, we all know the character name by now. If you don't, I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'm just going to give you a name. You've been given a name. That's probably a spoiler as well. Ignore that. But yeah. Moves me on to the characters. I think some of the characters are insanely good. The core cast of characters, the core 4, right? They are really good. I think Vinny and Corbino as well are insanely good. I should put spoiler warning before, shouldn't I? Remind me, put a spoiler warning before this entire section. But I want it really stupidly graphically made. That's what I want. But yeah, I think they are some of the best. I think that they're not the best characters, right? But I think they are really well done. Like, I don't think there's a bad character in this game. The only one that you could even say might be bad is Jackathine, and even so, right? I mean, there are worse characters in this game than Jackathine. Let's be honest. Oh, a side quest. There's another thing, side quest. I think the side quests are so good. They add to this game. They make it actually feel like a city more, you know? That's what I love. When Pokemon just go out there and add side quests and add like stupid shit. Stupid shit, you know? But that's just, when it's just fun. Plain fun. And it's not boring. And it's actually just like enjoyable to play through. Some of the side quests are really cool. There's a spooper one, right, that I really like. A spooper. Spooper? Spooper. Spooper. There's a spooper one, though. I really like that. I'm not catching that. I can catch that Spritzy, right? Yes, I can, but I'm not going to. Oh, Ghastly. But I think it's really good. I think this game is definitely really, really good. The museum entire section, I think, is really good, right? Of the game. There's a museum that was in X and Y that they brought back for this game. And it's so good. There are so many references, especially to the Hisui region. But also to old locations like the Tower of Mastery or Parthian Palace and places like that. That it means a lot to see those places actually get referenced. And not just be thrown out. Which I'm going to lead on to the music of this game. It's so good, honestly, right? I mean, you can hear it right now. This is just the main theme. It just sounds so good. I think this game has amazing music. There are some really, really good themes in this game. This one, you've had just one on at this point. The new Team Flare themes, Jackathine's battle theme, I think they are insanely good. I love them. I love it when they just go for it with a theme and just like say fuck it, we all, and then it works. It's so good. So good. But we can also touch on something. What I don't like is how Pokemon in Wild Zones don't despawn if they're shiny. I feel like they should. I really do feel like they should. That's kind of the whole elusivity of a shiny. Don't get me wrong, it's a great quality of life feature. But it's also a great abusable feature. And, you know, if they can find a way to balance the two, then fine, but my only thought would be load zones or something like that. That's my only thought. They do something with the load zones to actually make them, you know, make sense. Pokemon should be able to despawn in wild zones after you go into a load zone, I think. I think the fact they can't is just a horrible gameplay feature, in my opinion. I think It ruined shiny hunting. Which, speaking of, I feel like now this might get me hot water. In which case, thank you. And we'll go take a shower with it right now, because we all need hot water for a shower. But I think the shiny yacht should go back up to 1 in 8,192. That could be crazy. Crazy. But yeah, I genuinely feel like they should. We are at a point now where we see so many Pokemon spawn per minute. Yeah, it makes sense to go back up and make them rarer. I know I haven't got ways to decrease the shiny odds in this game, but I'm thinking more Gen 10 if they do shiny odd decreases. That it should go back up. Because we now have so many ways to see new Pokemon. I think it's one of the things that needs to happen. That's what I think. Yes. So I touched on the battle mechanics earlier. One thing I don't like is how, and it's a very niche interaction, right? But toxic spikes don't get destroyed if a poison type goes over them. Which doesn't make any sense to me, because in the main games, if a poison type is sent out against toxic spikes disappear. So, I don't know. I feel like they could rethink that. Make it better. As I said though, the whole thing needs refining, I think, if this is going to become the main way of doing this. You know? Obviously, I think all of it needs a bit of refinement. Everything always needs a bit of refinement all the time, so... You know. Just little things. And yeah, I don't really think I've got many other issues with the game. I think this game is just really, really good. That's what I think. And you know this, because this is my true thoughts. I'm not going to do much editing in this video, because I don't believe that should be happening in a review, you know? A review's the kind of thing you do, you know, raw, and you don't go and edit up a load, because you want people to actually see your point properly. And to do that, I just let myself talk and do this. Do it. But yeah, that's about it. Where I rank this game overall is I would rank it... Story-wise, I'd say it's got the third best story. It's third or fourth, and it's between it and Legends EA. Obviously, number one is Black and White 2. I class them as one story because it's the same story. You're making bank tonight. But yeah, I think Black and White 2 is the best story in Pokemon by far. And it counts as one story because it links on, you know. Second, I feel like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is such a good story, especially when you get to the Rainbow Rocket part. That's so good. And then honestly, it's between this game or Legends EA. I'm saying this game purely because, like, just some of the stuff that happens in the story is crazy. The characters that get brought back are crazy, I think. I think this game is insane, you know, on that story front. Gameplay, I can't really rank it because this is the first type of this gameplay, so, you know, it's like ranking a FIFA game next to a Battle Royale. You can't really do that because two different, completely different game mechanics, you know. But I think the gameplay's good. I threw a Pokeball by accident. I'm an idiot. Welcome to Idiotsville. Population mean. But yeah, I think this game... good. It's good. I don't really have much more to say on it. I just think it's good. I think it's probably the third or fourth best Pokemon game of all time. And that sounds crazy. I don't have the nostalgia for old games and old gens and stuff like that. I don't have that nostalgia. I mean story, that's what I meant. I meant story. I think all time it's probably like the 6th or 7th best Pokemon game. I think. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely better than Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. This is probably the best or the second best Switch era Pokemon game. Which says a lot about how bad the others have been, you know. But I think that's mainly just because there's actual stakes at this one. None of the other games felt like they had stakes, apart from PLZA, right? Not PLCA, PLA. You know? But that's what I think. That's just me. That's just a man rabbling about a game that he has enjoyed and played for currently 22 hours, 24 minutes. I'm gonna pop down and save, because why not? But yeah. Yeah. Really. For this video, you know, it's just a chill... That's a chill time video. Nothing stressful, nothing major, just... I talk to a camera. And I talk about a game I liked playing, you know? I don't want it to be stressful. And I don't need it to be stressful. But yeah. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching. If you are still around here. I'm going to give you a little reminder about the Twitch. We are going to be shiny hunting the entire living dex in this game. Hopefully. Hopefully, who knows, I might die during that time period. I might cease to exist living. Hopefully I don't. If I do, then... elbozo, that's what I say. But yeah, other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. Enjoy yourselves, your morning, evening, afternoon, or night. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Morning, evening, or night. I feel like I said that twice. Anyway. But yeah, thank you. Bye.